Information Station 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
Ocala, baby, what makes you look so good? Ocala, baby, what makes you look so good? Why don't you love me like I know you could?
All right, 5 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Friday morning. Kelli Hart is in the studio to bring you Ocala Magazine Radio. Of course, Kelli is the executive editor of Ocala Magazine and a writer in all of the above and so much more. Good morning, Kelli. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm well. Thank you.
Are you in the Christmas spirit? You got to be by now.
Oh, yes.
I mean, you're less than a week away.
Yes.
So,
yes.
yeah.
In fact, I have gifts in my car this morning to take to work. So it's the first gifts that I'll be giving, and so now it's started.
Oh, right. Well, yeah, we did some exchanges this morning also.
That's fun.
It was kind of fun. In fact, these headphones are a gift. So,
Ooh.
Isn't that nice?
Very fancy.
Yeah.
I like those. I actually like giving gifts a little better than I like receiving them.
I know, it's uncomfortable receiving gifts. I'm awkward with receiving.
It is. I mean, it's nice to receive gifts, especially if somebody put a lot of thought into it. You know, I have some really amazing friends that they go out, and we really try to put a lot of thought into what we're buying each other so that it's special.
Well,
but
you've got to be really good at that. I mean, you do. You're very artistic, very creative.
I put a lot of thought into it.
So
I really do.
You can't tell us, though,
I can't.
Right?
Yeah, no.
They might be listening.
I can't tell you. But I will say that under most every circumstance of the things that I have purchased, it's been local. There's been one or two things I've had to order online simply because they're not available here in town. Right. And then I take it a step further. Like I bought some of the gifts at FAFO because I try to support local, but also local artists and handmade things. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to Christmas shop. I mean, let's just be honest, because it just feels so good to know that you put thought into something you're giving somebody.
I like to think that I'm creative, but not when it comes to gifts. I just go buy it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm not, in other things in my life, maybe I'm creative, but not with gifts. I just go, I look and that would be good for Kelli, and that's what you get.
Yes. Well, and then there's those people that amaze me every single year that do their Christmas shopping all year long. And so they see something someone loves maybe in March, and they buy it and they put it away.
Yes.
And then, but I don't know. That's really amazing, and I wish that I could be that person, but I know I would lose it.
So when did you start?
Well, I started probably right after Thanksgiving.
Okay. Well, that's about normal.
Yeah. I mean, I like to enjoy the celebration of Thanksgiving and kind of focus on that, and then.
Do you ever do the layaway thing?
No.
No? Never did layaway?
I've never done layaway.
Never in your whole life?
Never.
See, that's a way for somebody who doesn't have much money, but they've got like Galen was saying when he was younger, he would do layaway because, they didn't have much money. And if the car broke down, then they would have no money. So this way they spent the money, they can't spend it on the car. See?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even really understand how layaway works.
Oh, really? Mm-mm. Well, you a rich girl?
No, I'm just a good budgeter, I suppose.
A good budgeter.
A good budgeter, yes. Yeah, well, I mean, hey, the good news is it's out there and available to people that need it.
Yeah, and some guy paid everybody's Walmart layaway. Did you see that story?
No, this year?
Yeah.
Because I know it was big last year.
I think yesterday it was on the news.
Wow. I remember last year hearing a lot of stories about that and people going and getting theirs and paying it forward, and I think that's really awesome.
And there was the kettle people for the Salvation Army. They got like $10,000 from, they think, one donor. What it was in Brevard County, there was one of the kettles had a dollar bill wrapped around other currency. The other currency was 5 $100 bills. So there was 6 bills completely in that little rolled up thing. And they found enough of them throughout the whole county, exactly the same way, that worked out to be $10,000.
Oh, good. So they got my donation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is awesome. Don't you wish that people were as giving all year long as they are at Christmas?
I think they are.
Do you?
They are. Well, you see, somebody said to us, why are you doing this only now? Why don't you do this all year long? Well, the only thing different now is that we've got toys. But
right.
There's not a time, and I know this is true for you too. There's not a time. You go through the grocery store. The lady says to you, would you like to donate $1 for the hungry? Do you say yes or no?
Yes.
Well, then you do it all year long.
Right. Yes. No, you're right. You're right. I just feel like for whatever reason, this time of year, the gift of service and the idea of giving and donating money seems to be at an all-time high. Just in my experience.
Have you ever, do you know, and I'm not a Bible expert, and the rabbi's gone, and I believe this is in the Old Testament, so he would know.
Get him on the line, because I probably won't know.
But I think there's a part of the Bible where God says, I think it's in Exodus, somebody else help me out with this. Test me out to see if I will give you more than you give me. Just make a donation or some kind of something, and then let's just watch. Have you ever tested that and seen if you received more than you gave?
Well, I know that's the reason behind tithing. I mean, we trust our tithe. It also says in the Bible that all the money that we get is His. I mean, it's a blessing to be able to get it, but
right.
that 10%, is His to give back to Him. And there's a lot of people that say, I just don't have the extra 10% of my paycheck to afford to give. And I've heard stories of people that have said, my 10% was either I made a choice. I could either tithe or pay a bill or something. And I tithe because that's what I'm called to do.
Right.
And that, something miraculous happened where the bill was paid plus, surplus. So, and I believe in that. I honestly do. I think that's why it's important to give, because you never know when you may be on the receiving end.
You never really learn this unless you're like a monk or something. You know what I mean by that? I mean that when you do it, let's say you do it, you test, you take him up on his offer. Okay, I'll test it, God. I talk to God like I talk to everybody.
Sure.
All right, I'll give it a try. And then, okay, wow, it worked out. But I'm still gonna doubt a week from now. I'm still gonna be in fear of something a week from now. Isn't it so weird that at one minute you trust God with all your heart, and then you're driving down the road in the rainy night and you're like, oh, I'm a little bit nervous or something.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure. Well, I mean, I think we're also human too. And so there's that little part of doubt in us that always wonders, maybe he didn't hear my prayer. Sometimes I'll say, God, I asked you the other day, but I'm thinking maybe he didn't hear me, or maybe I wasn't specific enough. So let me ask you one more time, really clearly what. So. And I think God has a sense of humor. I hope He does.
He has to. Have you ever seen a platypus? He's got to have a sense of humor.
He better have a sense of humor, because I know sometimes the things that I ask for or the things that I talk to Him about are comical in nature.
When I get a chance to talk to God, if this ever happens, I am going to ask Him this. So the Bible says, hey, Galen, thank you so much for coming in. I'm going to ask you this. I'm going to say, okay, you say we're not supposed to worry. Worry doesn't amount to anything. It's a big lesson in the Bible, right? Well, who made us? You. Why did you make us have this part?
Yeah.
I mean, couldn't you take out that one piece?
Sure. And the gray hair and calories. Why do these things exist?
Do dogs worry? I don't think dogs worry, do they?
My dog acts like he's worried that I'm going to leave him in the car or something every time we stop. So I think dogs worry.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. But it is such a great time. It's such a giving time. And I think that's why we get so wrapped up in the spirit of Christmas is, if you're a believer, obviously, because of Christ. And then if you're not a believer, it's just, I think it trickles down, just the love of people and giving is so amazing. And so, we're always excited at Ocala Magazine to try to do what we can as individuals, out in the community. We're employees, yes, and so we do those things at the magazine. But as individuals, each one of us are passionate about our own things. And
do you have any family traditions that are unique to Christmas and unique to your family?
Well, now that there are grandkids in the family, we do a lot of our celebrating on Christmas Eve, because Christmas morning it's really important for Lily and for my nieces to be in their homes for Santa.
Right.
So we've adopted the tradition of doing a lot of things on Christmas Eve. But the last 3 years, and this will be the 4th year now, we do Operation Feed 100.
Right.
And so we get up and we see what Santa brought, and we give the girls chances to play with their stuff, and then we make our way to Operation Feed 100. So this is our 4th year doing that. So that's the way we now spend our Christmas.
And do you normally feed more than 100, even though it's cold?
Yeah, the first year it was 100. It was very successful, and every year it is just snowballed. It's grown, the number of volunteers, the number of people involved in it. And now that I'm a little more tapped into the homeless community, and I've been able to share the word a little more with people and get to know them, last year we had over 200 homeless and hurting, people.
I want to hear more about that when we come back.
All right,
we'll
great.
Take a little break. We'll be right back with Kelli Hart, and this is WOCA.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Nice day today with times of clouds and sun. The high 68 to 72. Partly cloudy tonight. Lows will range from the mid and upper 40s across the interior to about 54 along the coast. For tomorrow, intervals of clouds and sun and warmer. High 73 to 77. And on Sunday, mostly cloudy with a passing shower. High 74 to 78. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg. The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Nice day today with times of clouds and sun. The high 68 to 72. Partly cloudy tonight. Lows will range from the mid and upper 40s across the interior to about 54 along the coast. For tomorrow, intervals of clouds and sun and warmer. High 73 to 77. And on Sunday, mostly cloudy with a passing shower. High 74 to 78. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
I'm John Tesh. On the next Intelligence for Your Life, I'll tell you why experts say that ditching our PJs and sleeping in the buff can help us sleep more soundly, improve our health, and even boost our metabolism. So get ready to sleep naked. Next John Tesh radio show, Intelligence for Your Life.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Happy holidays from all of us at WOCA.
Dad's service to our country is something we're all proud of. He made a difference and set a great example. Now it's our turn to honor the sacrifices he made for our family and his country. As Veterans Funeral Specialist, Hires-Baxley Funeral Services helped us celebrate Dad's life, and they can help you too. Hires-Baxley is here for you during your time of need or when planning for the future. For more information, call 352-342-9628 or visit hires-baxley.com/visit.
Hey Ocala, this is Kelli Hart, Executive Editor of Ocala Magazine. Did you know last year Ocala Magazine won more awards in excellence than any other publication in Florida? And this year, Ocala Magazine was named Best Consumer Magazine in the state. Now you can join me every Friday at 10 a.m. on Ocala Magazine Radio, where we bring the pages of Ocala Magazine to life, right here on The Source. Ocala Magazine thanks you for making us number one. And remember, there is only one Ocala Magazine.
Is technology so good that you could talk right now and people wouldn't know if you were live or not? I mean, that was you on tape.
Right.
Or recording. So I think it sounds different. I think live sounds different than recorded.
I think so.
Even when they do their show in the afternoon, sometimes, like we're going to do a rerun of the next show. I think I can tell. Can you?
I think so.
I definitely can tell.
I mean, I know when I'm listening if it's a commercial or not. Well, yeah, and if it's me and I know I'm not here, I know it's recorded.
Yeah. Do you have any sisters?
I do. I have a younger sister.
Do they speak like you, or does she speak like you? I should say.
Oh,
does she have your voice? You don't know.
Well, yeah. It's so I'm like, what? I don't
Do you
know what
sing?
my voice is.
Do you sing?
I do.
Does she?
Not professionally.
Do you sing? Well, it's okay. Let me address that for a second here. When people do this, everybody drives. Why would you apologize for driving just because you're not, Dale Earnhardt Jr.?
I don't know. I guess more people are less likely to be hurt by my singing than they are my driving, so I shouldn't apologize for it.
Yeah, exactly. We all drive.
Yes, my sister and I, in fact, my entire family, my mother and father and me and my younger sister, she's 6 years younger than me, we are, I mean, if you see us, you know we're family. We all look very much alike.
Bangs?
And she tried the bangs, and then it was like, oh my gosh, you look so much like your sister. So she grew the bangs out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's her first name? Can you say?
Taylor. Yeah. No,
Taylor.
she's not a secret.
So do you as a family sing? Do you play musical instruments
No.
together? You don't. So that's not part of your Christmas holiday, even though you can sing.
No.
You don't gather around.
No, we do not gather around and sing. In fact, just thinking about that is hilarious because we're not a musical family.
But wouldn't that
I'm
be
gonna
fun?
do it this year.
Wouldn't that be fun?
I'm gonna do it.
You should do it.
I should.
Just get a ukulele or something that's easy to learn how to play.
Sure. A recorder. I'm really good on the triangle.
You can't sing with a recorder.
No, I'll have my dad play it or something.
Don't you want your dad to sing?
We'll start a band. I don't know. That's not one of our traditions. Our tradition is there's food involved. Then we go and we look at the lights and.
Where do you go?
Well, we've hit some hot spots that we find, around town that have, they've gotten better and better every single year. And then we have a birthday cake, and so we sing Happy Birthday to Jesus, and
Well, that's a
and
good
bring
idea.
the religion
See,
into
I never
it.
had that. A birthday cake for Jesus.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So, I mean, we've always been super religious, my family, and so we understand for us the reason behind Christmas and make that the biggest part of our Christmas celebration. But now that we have the little ones, we need them to understand it. And so we figure if there's cake involved, we'll get their attention.
What is the cake? Oh, it's Mardi Gras. Never mind. I just remembered it. There's a cake with baby Jesus in it. Remember? Have you ever had a Mardi Gras cake?
No.
No, the little plastic baby Jesus in the cake?
No.
No?
That sounds really weird.
Really? A Mardi
Yes.
Gras?
How do you not choke on the baby Jesus?
Well, you don't eat it. You say, okay, I know this.
I mean, have you seen me eat cake?
But you see, in this case, you would know, okay, I know there's a plastic.
Oh, you know there's a Jesus in there.
Everybody knows. Yeah, it's
Except for me. Okay.
Well, now you know.
Oh, now I know.
Who's in there? Is that Dan?
Dan. He's
Does
like.
Dan know? Did you know there's a baby Jesus in the cake? Yeah.
Okay. Well.
And
now
Mardi
I do.
Gras is in March, right? I think.
I know my birthday's in March. That's all I really care
Yeah,
about.
Mardi Gras.
Okay. Yeah.
What's your birthday?
March 15th.
That's Mardi Gras.
Is it?
Oh no, that's St. Patrick's Day.
No, it's March 17th.
Okay.
Anyways, back to Christmas and Jesus. How did we get? Oh,
Because
Jesus
there's a
in the
baby
cake.
Jesus in the
Okay.
cake.
Yeah. No, I had not heard that, but now I do know. In case anyone ever offers
think
me
it's
a
called the
cake, I won't
King's
just
cake.
shove the whole thing in my face and then chip a tooth
That's
on
how
Jesus.
I eat cake too, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would hate to think that I
That's
would hurt
okay because
myself.
he can heal it. You can break a tooth.
Look, okay. Baby Jesus. All right. Well, anyways, back to Christmas and what we do. So our tradition is we're religious and we make that, but we also we have, like I say, we got the grandkids in the family now, and so
You always had grandkids in the family. I wanted to go back to that.
no.
You once were a grandchild.
Right, but I'm talking where my parents are concerned.
Okay.
They've now got grandkids.
Yeah.
And
But you said there's now grandchildren in the family.
right.
There always have
Well,
been.
there's always been grandchildren, and my grandmother has
Has
somewhere
to be.
upwards of like.
There's no way you can be
50
alive without
great-grandchildren.
having two generations before you.
Right. Right.
So-
You're right.
so-
You're right. And I'm very blessed to have both sets alive with us still in
That
my
is-
life. So I get to celebrate the
That
holidays
is something
with them.
that,
Awesome.
that is
Yeah, it's so
more
awesome.
precious than
It's so
I
awesome.
realized.
Yes, it is very, very awesome. And so, so it's about family and it's about faith. And that's why when we do Operation Feed 100 on Christmas Day, when we first talked about doing that, it was the issue of, are we going to have time?
How did that idea come about? That's your brainchild, right?
It is my brainchild.
Heart child.
My heart child, yes. Lily was 4 years old, and I decided that I wanted to start something that she could make a tradition so that she would learn about acts of service from,
wow.
from a young age.
Well, you did it for her.
And it was in November when I had this great idea. So I thought, well, the next big thing would be Christmas. So why not do something for the homeless? Because for me, getting together with a huge family every Christmas was really what made me feel loved and what made me feel the spirit of Christmas. And so I thought it's really sad that there are people on Christmas Day that are alone, that don't have not just the food aspect, they just don't have the fellowship of people around them, loving on them and wishing them a Merry Christmas and, spending that day with them.
Right.
So I just kind of threw out the idea on Facebook, and
So who shows
it was just
up?
amazing.
Who shows up, and how do the people who need the meal know about the meal?
Well, the first year was a little difficult. It was mostly just going out and kind of canvassing and telling people about it. And now it's just become a tradition. And so the people that were there last year know about it. If there's, newly homeless people that are integrated into the shelters and things like that throughout the year, they hear about it. And it's just, it's so awesome. I mean, it really has been, the last 3 years have been the best Christmases ever because it's really genuinely.
Do you need anything? It's the last minute right now. We've got a few days. Do you need anything still?
The things we've been asking for are toys, children's toys, and hygiene products. Things that they can, when we do
So
have
it's
children.
more than food. I mean, you're actually giving gifts.
Oh yeah, yep. Last year we started a hygiene drive, and my friend Ryan kind of initiated that, and it was so successful. And the people that, as they left, they just said, "You have no idea how invaluable these things are." The food was great, and spending these hours inside, out of the cold, was so wonderful, and the music and the whole atmosphere. But these are things that we just cannot get our hands on. They're expensive things, but they're necessities.
Yeah.
And I think that any human person has the right, to good hygiene and should have access to things like being able to shave and brush their teeth and and be clean. But those things, unfortunately, are very, very costly. And so we do a big drive so that when they leave, they have those things.
It's true. It's true. Look at the wonderful response.
I know. I walked in and I was overwhelmed with the generosity of all the toys behind me. It's just, it's
amazing.
It's really
amazing to
amazing.
all of us. We're all amazed by it.
It is. It's amazing. And, I just feel so blessed that I have the ability to use my platform through Ocala Magazine to share stories and to be able to connect with people in the community. I mean, Time Flies Bistro has donated not only the time and food preparation, but they got a bunch of people involved in an effort to be able to donate all of the food and the desserts and the coffee and these things. And had it not been for our relationship with them as a client through Ocala Magazine, that relationship may not have been bridged. So it's just really awesome to know that my job spills over into real, genuine relationships with people in the community. And, I said coming in here that I was going to be talking a little bit today about best of the best. And I got carried away a little bit with the, holiday topic because
you can blame
I'm
me.
so passionate about it. But it's, for example, it's these people. I mean, when we go through every single year and we're picking our 40 under 40 recipients and our best of the best award winners, I get a chance to really get to know these people on a more intimate level. Not just, hey, this guy owns a restaurant, but to talk to those people and, well, what is the passion behind the restaurant? Oh, well, this happened and my father was a chef. And you learn so much about people and why they're doing what they do, which when we hand out these awards at the end of the year, every December, to them, I'm sure it's huge because they're being recognized and because it's a People's Choice Award. They understand that the people in their own town love and support them. But what they may not understand is what it means to us at the magazine to be able to even provide something like this so that we're able to recognize those people. Just like we're able to recognize the people that are donating at Christmas, and I'm able to recognize the people that help so much with Operation Feed 100. And I mean, it's just really, it's so awesome. And I know that you understand being at the radio station because it's the same thing. Every day, new people in and out.
It is absolutely true. I often feel like it's not long enough. And some people will interview and be on, so they're putting on some kind of a persona. And others are just genuine and you're getting to know the person.
Right.
It is kind of, everybody's different.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you speak to somebody a few times, they let their hair down the third or fourth time and you finally get to know them.
It's just really awesome, the dynamic. Sometimes we meet somebody the first time at the magazine, and of course it's on a professional or a business level, maybe selling an ad or talking to them about something really specific, maybe about an editorial piece. And the next thing you know, you connect, and Ocala is small, and you find out you grew up together or went to the same church or something. And so it's easy to bridge those relationships, and it's just really awesome. I mean, I could always go on and on about the opportunities.
You have a wonderful opportunity with the magazine to literally be writing to all of us. So that's, the whole writing thing was basically to communicate with a friend or a relative somewhere else. So,
and you don't understand when you're communicating or writing really who could be at the receiving end of those words. And so it's really a lot of power that a writer holds in their hands per se, or their fingertips when they're writing. And that's why it's something you have to do with caution, and you have to put your passion behind it and really understand who your audience is. And I can tell you, Ocala Magazine has a quality readership, and we appreciate every single person that has supported us this year. And we look forward into going into 2015 with some new ideas and just a whole new aspect on what we want to do with the magazine and try to win some more awards this year. And so it's just a really exciting time for everybody. Absolutely.
Well, Kelli, you have a great Christmas. Thank you for what you always do for us. You brighten the studio, you brighten the airwaves, and
Thank you.
Of course we love you and we love what you do.
Thank you.
So thank you for coming in and have a Merry Christmas.
Thanks. You too. Have a Merry Christmas.
And are you going anywhere? You're staying? Everything's in town.
We'll be right here in town.
Everything's in town.
Absolutely.
All right. Oh, now I can do something here. There's the wait. Where's your music? There it is. There it is.
Well, while it's playing, I'll encourage people to go like us on Facebook so they can keep up with all of next year's new exciting ideas.
Thank you, Kelli. And you can find out the best of the best by going in the magazine right now.
Go to ocalamagazine.com or pick up an issue, and they're all around town.
Very good. We'll be right back.
What makes you look so good? Why don't you love me like I know you could? Everybody tells me how the rock and roll.
News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. A fourth person, a 6-year-old boy, has died in Southern California where a driver plowed into a group of people outside a church. Police saying
after colliding with the pedestrians, the vehicle actually carried some of the pedestrians